The Last Light of the Sun Part 1. Tonight, allow yourself to drift beyond the present moment. Leave behind the concerns of today and imagine a journey farther into the future than any human being will ever experience. Not hundreds of years from now, not thousands, not even millions. Tonight we travel billions of years into Earth's distant future, toward a time when the world we know today has changed beyond recognition. Imagine standing on a quiet shoreline beneath a peaceful sky. Gentle waves move across the ocean. The sun hangs above the horizon, warm and familiar. It is the same star that has illuminated Earth for billions of years. Every forest, every mountain, every animal, and every human civilization has lived beneath its light. Yet stars do not last forever. Like all things in the universe, they change over time. At this moment, the sun is approximately halfway through its life. Deep within its core, hydrogen atoms continue fusing into helium, releasing enormous amounts of energy. Every second, unimaginable power flows outward from the center of the star. That energy travels through space and reaches Earth, supporting life across the planet. For now, the process is stable. The sun shines calmly. The Earth remains habitable. Oceans cover much of the surface. Clouds drift through the atmosphere. Life continues its long journey. But billions of years pass. The future unfolds slowly. The sun gradually becomes brighter. The change is almost impossible to notice across a human lifetime. Yet over immense periods of time, it becomes significant. 100 million years pass. Then another 100 million. Continents drift across the surface of Earth. Mountain ranges rise and disappear. Entire species evolve and vanish. The sun continues brightening little by little. The oceans begin experiencing subtle changes. Temperatures slowly increase. Life adapts as it always has. New forms emerge. Others disappear. The story continues. 1 billion years pass into the future. Earth remains beautiful, yet it is no longer the same world. The sun shines more intensely than it once did. Regions near the equator experience greater heat. Climate patterns shift. Oceans gradually lose water to the atmosphere. The process is slow beyond imagination. Generation after generation could pass without noticing the difference. Yet on geological timescales, the transformation becomes impossible to ignore. Looking down from space, the planet still appears blue, but changes are underway. Another billion years passes. The Earth now faces challenges unlike any before. Large regions become increasingly dry. The oceans shrink. Clouds behave differently. Familiar ecosystems vanish. Life, if it still exists, survives in forms adapted to new conditions. The planet continues orbiting the sun, yet the balance that once supported forests and vast oceans grows more difficult to maintain. Through all of this, the sun remains calm. It does not suddenly explode. It does not become violent. Instead, it simply continues following the natural path of stellar evolution. Deep within its core, hydrogen becomes increasingly scarce. The structure of the star slowly changes. Billions of years continue passing. Looking at the future from this perspective creates a strange feeling. Human history occupies only a tiny fraction of Earth's existence. Entire civilizations rise and fall in moments compared with these cosmic timescales. Yet there is something peaceful about observing such immense stretches of time. The universe moves patiently. Nothing rushes. Everything unfolds according to the laws of nature. Far in the future, Earth becomes a world very different from today. The remaining oceans retreat. Ancient shorelines disappear. Weather patterns transform. The sky itself may appear different, yet the planet continues its journey around the sun. The moon still circles above. The stars still shine beyond the darkness. The cosmos remains beautiful, even as change continues. Eventually, after billions more years, the sun enters a new stage of life. Deep changes occur within its interior. The star begins expanding, slowly at first, then more dramatically. Its outer layers extend farther into space. The sun becomes a red giant. From Earth, if anyone were there to witness it, the sight would be extraordinary. The familiar yellow star transforms into a vast reddish sphere, dominating the sky. Its light grows softer in color, but far greater in size. The inner planets face an uncertain future. Mercury disappears. Venus follows. The expanding sun continues changing. Earth now exists on the edge of an unimaginable transformation. The oceans are gone. The atmosphere has largely vanished. The surface bears little resemblance to the world that once supported life. Yet even now, the planet's story is not entirely finished. Above the silent landscape, the enormous sun fills much of the sky. It glows red and gold, illuminating a world that has existed for billions upon billions of years. The future stretches onward. The final chapters have not yet arrived. The journey continues, slowly and peacefully, beneath the last great light of the sun dot. The last light of the sun part 2. The immense red star now dominates the sky. The sun, which once appeared as a bright yellow disk above Earth's oceans and forests, has transformed into something entirely different. Billions of years have passed since the age of humanity. The continents that once existed have long since changed beyond recognition. Mountains have risen and disappeared. Oceans have evaporated. Every familiar landscape belongs to a past so distant that it would seem almost mythical. Yet Earth remains, continuing its ancient orbit around the star that gave it life. The sun now exists in its red giant fate. Its outer layers extend far into space. The once familiar star appears enormous, glowing with deep shades of orange and red. If an observer could stand upon the silent surface of Earth, the sky would be filled with its light. Day and night would no longer resemble anything known during earlier ages. The planet has become a dry and quiet world, a place transformed by time. Yet even now, the universe continues following its patient rhythm. Deep inside the red giant, new processes unfold. For billions of years, the sun fused hydrogen into helium. That long chapter is ending. Different reactions now occur within its interior. The structure of the star becomes increasingly unstable. Layers expand outward. Tremendous amounts of material drift away into space. The sun is approaching the final stages of its life. Looking outward from Earth's surface, the heavens still contain countless stars. Distant galaxies continue shining across the darkness. The Milky Way stretches through the sky like a river of light. Although Earth has changed dramatically, the larger universe remains vast and beautiful. There is something comforting in this continuity. Individual worlds change, stars evolve, yet the cosmos continues. New stars are born while others fade away. New planets emerge while ancient ones disappear. The cycle never truly ends. Millions of years pass. The red giant grows increasingly unstable. Vast shells of gas move outward from its surface. Space around the sun becomes filled with glowing material, illuminated by the star itself. The view would be breathtaking. Great clouds of gold, crimson, and orange expand slowly into the darkness. The sun is creating one of the most beautiful structures in nature. Eventually, the outer layers drift completely away. They spread across space in a magnificent glowing shell, known as a planetary nebula. Despite the name, planetary nebulas have nothing to do with planets. Early astronomers simply thought they resembled distant worlds when viewed through primitive telescopes. In reality, they are the final gift of dying stars. The sun now shines through this expanding cloud, illuminating it from within. Delicate patterns stretch across space. Colors blend together softly. The sight resembles a cosmic flower unfolding among the stars. The remaining core of the sun becomes visible. No longer a giant star, it has transformed into a white dwarf. Though much smaller than before, it remains incredibly dense. A spoonful of material from a white dwarf would weigh more than a mountain on Earth. Yet from a distance, it appears as a brilliant point of white light, surrounded by the fading glow of the nebula. The age of the sun, as a normal star, has ended. Its long life is complete. The story, however, continues. The planetary nebula expands outward year after year. Eventually, it grows so large and diffuse that it begins blending into the surrounding galaxy. The material once contained within the sun becomes part of interstellar space. Carbon, oxygen, and other elements drift through the Milky Way. These atoms begin a new journey. They may someday become part of future stars. They may contribute to new planets orbiting distant suns. They may even become part of living creatures on worlds that do not yet exist. Matter never truly stops traveling. It changes form again and again across cosmic history. Earth itself faces an uncertain future during these final stages. Some models suggest the expanding sun may ultimately engulf the planet. Others suggest Earth could survive as a scorched remnant orbiting farther away as the sun loses mass. Regardless of the exact outcome, the familiar world of oceans and forests is long gone. The chapter that began billions of years earlier has reached its conclusion. Yet this ending is not tragic. It is simply part of the natural evolution of stars and planets. The universe has always been a place of change. Looking beyond the solar system, countless other stars continue shining. Many are younger than the sun once was. Around them orbit worlds still rich with oceans, clouds, and possibilities. Somewhere distant civilizations may be looking toward their own stars, wondering about the future. Somewhere new planets are forming within clouds of dust and gas. Somewhere life may be taking its first steps. The universe remains full of beginnings, even as other stories end. Millions and then billions of years continue passing. The white dwarf gradually cools. Its light becomes fainter. The surrounding nebula disperses into the galaxy. The solar system grows quieter. The great age of sunlight has ended, but the atoms created during the sun's life continue their journey through space. This may be one of the most beautiful ideas in astronomy. Nothing truly disappears. Matter transforms. Energy changes form. The ingredients of old stars become the foundations of new ones. The cosmos constantly renews itself. Imagine drifting far above the remnants of the solar system. The white dwarf glows softly in the darkness. Distant stars fill the sky. The galaxy continues rotating through space. Everything moves according to rhythms measured not in days or years, but in millions and billions of years. There is no urgency here. The universe unfolds patiently. Looking across these immense timescales, one begins to understand how interconnected everything is. The atoms in your body were forged inside ancient stars that died long before the sun was born. The oxygen you breathe and the carbon within every living cell once traveled through stellar furnaces. In the distant future, the material from our sun will continue the same journey. It may become part of entirely new worlds. The cycle that created Earth will happen again elsewhere. New stars will ignite. New planets will form. New stories will begin. As the journey approaches its end, the view widens. The Milky Way appears below like a vast spiral of light. Beyond it lie countless other galaxies, stretching across the observable universe. Some contain trillions of stars. Others are smaller and quieter. Together they form a cosmic ocean, extending beyond imagination. Within that ocean, stars are born, shine, and eventually fade. Yet each generation contributes to the next. The universe is not a collection of isolated events. It is a continuous story of transformation. The sun's final light eventually fades into the larger history of the cosmos. The Earth becomes part of a distant memory, written into the fabric of time. Yet the atoms that once formed oceans, mountains, forests, and living creatures continue onward. They remain part of the universe forever. And so the story ends where it began, in silence. Not an empty silence, but a peaceful one. The silence of stars drifting through darkness. The silence of galaxies turning slowly across billions of years. The silence of a universe endlessly creating, changing, and renewing itself. Somewhere far away, new suns are rising. Somewhere future worlds are waiting. And beyond every horizon of time, the great cosmic journey continues beneath the fading glow of the last light of the sun.